2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L is another cool vehicle that I found in the pre-owned inventory of Volvo cars in Fort Myers, Florida. Now, in addition to a very nice selection of brand new Volvos, of course, they always have some gems in their inventory. So I'm going to post a link in the description of this video so you can check them out. Give them a call, send them an email, however you want to contact them, guys. But today what we're going to do is we're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, take it for a spin, the whole 9 yards. This is the Summit version, Summit trim level of the Jeep Grand Cherokee L, which is almost the top of the line. It comes at a hefty price tag, and in today's video, we're going to check it out if it's actually worth it. So if this is the first time we meet, my name is Matt here on Matt the Carguy. I post 2 car reviews every single week, so if automotive content is something that you enjoy watching, do me a favor, check out the rest of my channel, consider subscribing, and after you watch this video and liked it, don't forget to leave me a like. So in 2021, Jeep introduced the Grand Cherokee L, which is basically an extended version of the Grand Cherokee, which is wildly popular. Since the early 90s, it's been a staple in the Jeep's lineup, just almost as popular as the Wrangler, right? So let's check this out. I've already done the limited version of it, and I was very impressed with it. If you don't remember that video, I'm going to link it in the description or at the end of this video so you can check it out. Now, I like the styling of it. I like how nice and square it is. It does have this long hood. Both sides have their indents, which creates this kind of a raise in the middle. Jeep right on the top of the hood, the 7-slot vertical grille over here. All right, you do have the LED, fully LED light setup. You have the LED fog lights at the bottom. Everything here is shiny, so there's a lot of the piano black. It does have a bunch of sensors at the bottom. It does have the front view camera, so you know it does have the 360. Now this portion right here, it's hard to see silver on silver. It's kind of this polished aluminum trim that goes alongside the bottom of the front bumper, and that is what you see in the front here. Now, if you're curious what powers up this thing, let's pop the hood and find out. Underneath the hood, we've seen this engine a million times, 3.6 liter V6, 293 horsepower, 257 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now this one delivers power to rear wheels. As far as the gas mileage, you got 21 combined, 19 in the city, 26 on the expressway. Nice hood struts on both sides, sound insulation underneath here, and we're going to see how it drives at the end of this video. Check this out, guys. As far as the side view of this vehicle, it's nice, it's square, it's what an SUV should be, right? I like even on the higher end trims like they've done, everything is color coordinated. I like the silver color that goes all around at the bottom portion of this vehicle, and actually the Summit and Summit Reserves are available with a different color roof, so that's how you can tell them apart. I like this black roof with the silver combination. It really works good on this vehicle. Wheel and tire setup, 265/50 on a 20-inch rim, and I like the design of the rims. They're aluminum, but they're kind of this gunpowder metal color, so they're not too shiny. And moving back here, you have this nice big black mirror over here, turn signal rear view camera, or side view camera, I should say. It does have the blind spot assist signal over here. Grand Cherokee, American flag right at the bottom. You have this polished aluminum trim going at the bottom, polished aluminum on top of the door handles. Of course, smart entry system. You can lock and unlock this vehicle without touching any buttons on the keys. And you know, as you can see, you have tons of room inside. Now, if you talk about size of this vehicle, this is 204 inches long. The regular Grand Cherokee is 184. The vehicles such as Honda Pilot, Kia Telluride in the mid 190, so 195, 196. So this is about 10 inches or 8 inches longer than that. It is by 10 inches shorter than its big brother, which is the Wagoneer at 214 inches long. So I guess choices, right? A lot of people say, hey, I need something just a little bit bigger, but I don't need a Wagoneer or an Escalade or a Tahoe, and that might be just the perfect choice for you. So we're gonna see if it's actually worth spending this kind of money. This vehicle starts at about $62,000 in the Summit version, and now we're talking about the one with the rear-wheel drive without any additional equipment. So I mean, it is pretty expensive. I mean, you're talking into the Lexus GX 460 territory, which is in the premium market, as well as the Acura MDX. Well, let's go around this vehicle and let's see what else do we have. No complaints here as far as the shape of this vehicle. I really like it. Now that black roof continues creating this gate spoiler over here. You have the third brake light right above here, and let's see what we have here. There is a camera over here, so that's for the 360. There's a regular camera over at the bottom right here. You have the exposed wiper. Now that trim continues throughout this vehicle and ends over here, nicely connecting both sides. The long LED lights, really nice, really bright, no complaints about it. You have L on one side, Summit on the other side. Scrolling down here, you have the reflector lights, 2 exhaust tips, 1 on each side. And if this vehicle had a trailer hitch, which I don't see it has, would be capable of towing about 6,200 pounds, so not bad at all. Now let's pop this gate open and let's see how much room we have on the inside here. And let's see if we actually have more room than in the midsize SUV like a Honda Pilot. And check this out, it definitely does have more room behind the third row seat. I'm not sure exactly what the measurement difference would be, but just eyeballing it, I'd say you have at least another 6-7 inches on top of what you would have in like a Kia Telluride or Honda Pilot. What else do we have here? Hold to set. This is to set the height of your power gate, and then you also, this is where you close it too. Now you also have the illumination. Underneath here you have an extra storage compartment, a little trunk underneath here. The tire is actually located underneath the vehicle, and you have the tools to remove it with. And on the right hand side you have the seat control, so you can actually fold down the third row seat, and this is the one-touch operation. As you can see, the seats are going down, and this is both ways. You can raise them or you can lower them, and if you want to just drop the second row seat, boom, this is how it's done. Now you won't be able to utilize the entire space because you have this console in the middle, and this particular one is a 6-seater configuration, so 2 people can sit in the third row seat, 2 in the middle, 2 in the front. Now for the third row passengers, you have the USB-C and USB Type-A ports. You also have the cup holders and their own vents on the columns over here, on the pillars. So this is what you'll see from the back. Let's get inside. Sitting in the back here, I feel fairly comfortable. I mean, I wish that I would have a little bit more room in here, especially if they're making an SUV that's bigger than the regular midsize. I would expect to have, you know, more room than on the regular midsize SUV. Now this seat can be adjusted, but in this case can only go front because I had it adjusted all the way to the back. And I can also recline myself. So as long as you're 6 feet tall or below, you're going to be comfortable in here. And if you're taller than that, then you better have a driver that's pretty short. Now the interior is definitely premium. Let's check this out. Starting with the rear door panel. Now this, you can actually see all of the premium accents over here. You have this nicely quilted leather with the contrast stitching. You have this bronze stitching on the black leather. Scrolling up over here, you have the wood trim, you have the aluminum trim at the bottom, and then you have the door handle. Also, you know, as far as the sunshade, this is manual, but it is there. And scrolling down, you have a speaker. This is actually an Alpine steer, which you're going to see branded in the front. You have a little bit more storage in the back seats. Now as far as the passenger seats in the second row, check this out. Also nice premium. I love this leather that they're using. It is perforated, it is quilted stitching, it's solid, so it has everything. It has the tubing, it has the stitching, but it comes together really well. Now it does have this middle console over here because, like I said, it is a 6-seater configuration. And there's more storage in this console, so you can put stuff inside of here. And then you have the cup holders. You have more storage over here. You also have the console in the middle that allows you to control your temperature, your rear AC, and it does have the rear heated seats. Now, as far as the bottom portion of here, you have 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB Type-A's, and the regular household outlet over here. So you can, no shortage of power here. Cargo netting in both seats. And I gotta tell you, I'm gonna show you the third row seat. Now there are 2 seats over here. As you can see, if the seats are moved back all the way, well, you know, you could squeeze, but it's gonna be a tight squeeze for an adult to be sitting in here. Also, There's same design, same leather, same quality in the third row seats, and you can actually fold them down using these buttons. So if you want to fold them down from the inside of the vehicle, no, inside of the gate over there, cargo area, you can do that as well, and this is what you're gonna have. So pretty cool setup. Also, I want to show you this right here. You have this pretty large sunroof, panoramic sunroof that goes all the way. Part of it opens, part of it is fixed in the back, and you can actually either open the entire screen or close it as you prefer. Before we check out the interior of it, let's hear how the door sounds. Okay, it's probably about 6 out of 10, so it's better than average. And the front door panel, same as the back, you have this wood trim, but in addition you have the massage function over here, as well as 2 memory seat settings. So again, premium luxury features on this Summit version of the Jeep. Mirror, window lock controls, same stitching, same setup. Alpine branded speakers in the front, and then you have the storage in the bottom of the doors. Now if you go in here, you see the Summit is right on the door sill. Now you have the bunch of controls for the driver's seat. You have almost just as many on the passenger side, and I like this seat, I really do. This is probably my favorite feature of this vehicle. It's nice, it's contoured, but it is comfortable. It's on the tougher side, but it is comfortable. Summit right here embossed inside of this seat. And let's check this out. Well, let's get inside and check it out together. Interior of this 2023 Grand Cherokee L Summit definitely is on the premium side, right? So you can see the leather, you can see aluminum, you can see wood trim. This is actually real wood. This is not a imitation like you can see in some of the other ones. This is actual leather, and this, I think it's just aluminum looking trim, but don't quote me on it. It actually doesn't feel cold, so that's why I'm saying this. But you know, overall, a very nice design. It's definitely premium. Now we have this 10.1-inch screen over here, and then steering wheel. So steering wheel is also nice. It's on the larger side, but it feels good to the touch. 3-spoke design. You have this leather, you have this wood over here. You have the stitching, contrast stitching, leather wrapping. You have this piano black. So a lot of different accents actually makes it look really, really nice and premium. You do have the pedal shifters in the back. Now they do have the cold touch to them, so but there's an air conditioning blowing on them too. So the buttons on the steering wheel, on the left hand side you have basically the phone controls, as well as what's going on right here in the instrument cluster. And on the right hand side you have basically your cruise control, dynamic cruise control, and that's it. And in the middle right here you have a fully digital cluster, so you can see that this is one of the different designs that is available. Let me just try to get this glare off of here. So hopefully we have a little bit less glare in here, and I just switched it over to the main screen. So this is the design, the traditional design. So on the right hand side you have a speedometer, and the left hand side tachometer. You also have the digital speed that's showing in the middle. The vehicle is used, so it's got 5,700 miles on it. We are on empty almost, so better be careful not go too far. Let's see what is available in this instrument cluster. So we can scroll down here, so you have vehicle info, and then we can see what else is here. Oil life, tire pressure, you have the average fuel economy, 17.1, a little bit less than what they're saying of 21. Gauge summary, you have the coolant temperature, transmission temperature, oil pressure, battery voltage. You have more than what you need right here. 94% of oil left, and then we're back to the main screen. So scrolling down in here, you have the trip. Down over here you have the navigation, which actually is loading right now, so you can set it up on the front screen. There you go. And then we can scroll down over here, see what's playing. You have this Alpine stereo, no stored messages, and back to settings. Now press OK to enter screen setup, and you can see upper right, upper left. You can select of what's showing. So right now on the upper right hand side you can see the temperature, but you can switch that to compass, time, range to empty, average, current, miles per gallon, trip, a distance, whatever you want to do. We're going to leave it at temperature so you can see how still hot it is over here. So a lot of customization going on in this instrument cluster, so this is nice. This is a big plus in my book. If it's available, use it. Right here, you have this 10.1-inch display, really nice, kind of looks like a floating display, but this is not this iPad style like you see on some of the other ones. A little bit on the smaller side comparing to some of the premium SUVs, but still not bad. And this is the Uconnect 5, which I like this system. If you've seen me doing any of the reviews, there's no complaints about it. It's fairly responsive, it's nice, and what you see here is basically an Android Auto. So it does have a wireless Android Auto. It was a breeze to connect it to this vehicle. So if you see this screen, that means it has it. Let's go back to home. This is how the home setup is. So on the left-hand side, you have the navigation. Right-hand side, you see what's playing. You can also maximize either one of these and have the basically map on the full screen if you'd like to, or what's playing on the full screen. You also have the shortcuts at the bottom, so you can go back to the home screen, you can see what's playing, and you know, as far as the different options, you have the FM, AM, Sirius XM, you have the Bluetooth media. See, my phone is connected right here, and it is connected through Android Auto. And here's your climate settings. All right, so you have the front, massage, and rear. So those are the three different options that you can choose from. Front has the heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. You can adjust your temperature from here, adjust the different vent settings, you know, so this is what you can do right from the screen. As far as the massage options, the driver and passenger, we can do the, let's see, medium massage on the driver's side. I'm not sure why it's not, oh, turn this on, there you go. Going to turn this on and gives you the different options. So you have the waterfall, lower back, extend, low extend, rock climb, and we do the waterfall, and it just tells you the pattern, that what it's going to do from top to bottom, and you can select the intensity of this massage over here. You can do the same thing for the passenger side, and I'm actually going to leave that on. Enjoy it while I can. This is the rear air conditioning. You can unlock rear or lock rear, so the passengers in the back can actually control their own temperature. And scrolling down over here, you have the navigation. Now this is the Jeep navigation. You can also use the Android Auto like I showed you that before, but that's pretty cool. Android Auto, okay, vehicle, tons of different options. You have controls and settings. So mirror dimmer, third row headrest fold, which is a very useful feature. Surround camera, which we're going to check out right now. Okay, nice quality. Check this out. I mean, you see pretty much everything in the back, so I really like the quality of it. You do have the active trajectory lines. See, as I move the steering wheel, they change, and they change both on this little screen and on the top screen. So you have the top view. This is the rear view. You can close that, and then you go to the forward-facing camera. We're sitting here in the corner of this parking lot over here, and then we have the rear-facing camera right over here too. Now go back to the rear view camera. Let's put it in reverse. See if we can cause it to open up this way. Looks like our system got hung up a little bit here. Go back to the vehicle settings. There you go. Maybe it's not as good as they say it is, but here's different apps, favorite, recent, categories, and all. This is what you can choose from. Like right now, the AM radio wasn't even turned on, and trying to see if I can get back to this camera system. Now I'm reversing right now, and that's what would be concerning because I don't have this camera on. So as good as the system looks and as good as it feels, it might not be the most reliable system. Now put it in park and still nothing happens. So okay, so what do we have on top of here? So keep that in mind, guys. Automatic engine off. You can turn on this feature, turn it off. Lane keep assist, traction control. You have your hazard light, parking sensors. You can turn that on. You can do the park assist on. All right, see what's happening. I heard the noise. It says active park sense temporarily not available. So I'm not sure if this is this particular vehicle, but if it was, I'd take it directly to the dealership and have it fix it, because that would definitely be concerning, not having the rear view camera. Just put it in reverse again, no rear view camera. All right, so there you go. Maybe it's, maybe it's a Jeep thing. You wouldn't understand. Well, scrolling down in here, you have a lot of buttons, right? So you have your shortcuts, volume control. You can turn that off as well. I like how it's nicely wrapped in this rubber, so it's easy to twist, turn, and then you have a bunch of buttons over here. You know, here's your heated seats right here, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, so you can turn that on and off. Screen off. That doesn't even work. You know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this vehicle off and then turn it back on, see if it's going to reset it, because you know that's definitely a concern. Well, hopefully this is just this one, because I haven't had this issue when I was doing the test drive and the review of the regular limited one. All right, so you have this cover over here. You can open it. You have the USBs, USB-Cs, regular 12-volt outlet, and then you have the wireless charging right there. Okay, this is where you control your gears. Now this is a two-wheel drive version, so this is the rear-wheel drive, so you won't have any of the modes that are available in the four-wheel drive, and the only mode that you have is a sport mode, which we're going to leave it in. All right, cup holders right down here, and then more storage. Up on top, does this mirror is the camera mirror? Nope, but I know that Jeeps have it as available option, so you can probably add that on. And then right on top of here you have your sunroof controls over here: open, close, tilt, vent, open the cover, and then sunglass holder, as well as you have the assist, SOS, and the gate controls. You can actually open the gate from where you're sitting over here. Scrolling to the left, you have the home link system. 3 different devices can be actually programmed to it, and nicely illuminated mirror on the visor. So what do you think so far, guys? From what you see in this video, would you pay this much money for a vehicle? Which, you know, let's talk about pricing. Jeep still has the 2022 and 2023 different model years available on their website. So it starts with the Laredo at $40,720, Altitude $45,430, Limited $47,040, and that's the one that I did. And it was loaded up with the four-wheel drive. It was just over $50,000, and I go like, okay, well, the Limited $52,000, $53,000. We're talking about the same price range as the Tellurides, as the Palisades, as the you know, comparable vehicles in this class. Now you have the Trailhawk available only in the 4x4 at $54,630, Overland at $56,635, Summit, this is the one, $60,695 starting MSRP. If you wanted to add the four-wheel drive, you'd be at $62,695, and then Summit Reserves at $67,175. So if we select the Summit, no basically 4x4, but the color, the Zenith Silver right here, is $395 that we have, and then the wheels are standard. You know, it doesn't have any running boards. As far as the interior, you know, we have the standard colors over here, so there's no question. We have the Uconnect, that's standard. If you wanted 19-speaker high-performance stereo, you'd actually have to add another $1,675. Advanced Protect Group, we don't have it because that would include the head-up display. You know, so basically this one doesn't really have too many options. Luxury Tech Group 5, we have that because that does have the manual second row window shades, wireless charging pads. That's $275. No Trailer Group we have, and then, you know, we have the 3.6 Pentastar engine. Then you'd have to go to the Summit Reserve, I believe, to get the 8-cylinder here, because that doesn't give you an option to actually switch that. Anyways, this vehicle as it sits, you know, it's at $62,000. Well, it does have a lot of technology. It does have a lot of premium features. It looks good. It has, you know, decent room. Let's see how it drives. And we're going to talk about it a little bit more. All right, so just to let you know that my rear view camera didn't reset. Okay, maybe we'll do a hard reset again. Hang on one second. Turn this vehicle off so you can see that I'm doing this. Open the door and kind of let all of the electricity, you know, kind of get out of this vehicle. And then we're going to restart it to see if it's going to kick back in. Yeah, I know we're low on fuel. All right, put it in reverse. Nothing. All right, that would be a big concern. And here, guys, I mean, this might be just this particular vehicle, but this would be concerning for me seeing this on the vehicle that's got 5,000 miles, especially, you know, with the safety features are basically disabled right now. So, you know, I don't know if that's a common issue or not. I haven't really researched this portion of it. One thing to check before we take it on the road is how this vehicle turns and, you know, how tight or how wide it turns. So there's this parking spot where I was filming it over here. Well, let's do a 360 right over here. We have the parking spots. You know, I like counting parking spots as we turn. That just kind of compares me to a different vehicle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.25. That's about the same as you'll find on other vehicles. So not bad at all. There's no complaints here. Also, there's no complaints of the way that this vehicle drives and handles so far. You know, you do have a nice visibility, you do have this long hood, but it's pretty straight, so you can see kind of where it ends. And then, you know, you have big windows on the sides, so that gives you a lot of visibility, you know, to the sides of this vehicle. In the back, you know, you have this option, as I showed you on the screen, that you can fold down the third row mirror, the headrests, and that's going to give you a lot more visibility as well, which that's what we have here, so there's no complaints. If people were sitting there, I would like to see, especially at this price range, this mirror that turns into monitor. Well, there you go. We can actually check out the acceleration over here. It's not bad. The 0 to 60 on these vehicles are somewhere in the mid 7 seconds. I mean, this is not the fastest thing out there, but then again, we're looking at this Pentastar engine that, you know, Jeep is using pretty much for all of their mainstream vehicles. Not on the Jeep, but also you can see those in the Dodge models as well. So the good part about it, that it's been used so many times that there's plenty of parts available to it. A lot of mechanics know how to work on them, and actually they've gotten a lot better from when they were first introduced. And here was a good example of actually a good thing. I was switching lane without turning the turn signal on, and that kind of put me back in my place. Say, hey, where are you going? You know, you need to stay in your lane. So active lane assist, I like that. So acceleration is decent, the visibility is nice, the technology is good if it works. Let's do a 180 over here. Let's do acceleration again, because that's mostly what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be, you know, racing anybody on the street from light to light. I think that acceleration is definitely substantial. And then we're going to slam the brake over here too a little bit more. All right, ready? Go. All right, so you have a little dip, but you have that on pretty much all of the other vehicles. But the suspension reacts very nicely to it, raising this vehicle back up. So no complaints here. I like the massage feature on it. I think that makes the vehicle definitely feel premium. And on the inside, it is, you know, lower back massage, extend, low extend, rock climb. You'll see that. Do the rock climber massage. And we have a high intensity on it. There you go. Feels good. Well, the vehicle does feel good. You know, my concern is the technology. You know, I was excited about it. I was looking at it, and then when you know, the rear view camera stopped working, I mean, that's a big concern. That's a safety issue. I hope that this is this particular unit, but research it before you go and buy one. See if that's a common issue, because if it is, then let's wait till they fix it and release ones that are not. So the question at the beginning of this video was is it worth this hefty price tag of $62,000? Well, you know, I guess it's different for everybody else, right? It depends on what you're looking for, depending on what you like, because you can get a vehicle that's less expensive with more technology for less money. Now we're talking even in the premium category, you can get the Acura MDX, that's going to be less money. You can get the Lexus GX, that's going to be less money. You can even get a GLE, which is, you know, they're a little bit smaller vehicles, but again, they're in the premium luxury segment that are going to be less money. So, you know, to me, it's not worth the price tag. It's a great vehicle. I just wouldn't spend that much money on it. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate every single view. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do me a favor, check it out. I hope you find something that you like. And if you do, hit that subscribe button. Also, hope you liked this video and maybe you learned something new. And if you did, give me the like as well. Now I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.